Good morning, Calvary. I just wanted to take the opportunity to put together a little video, a little bit different from me, to just connect with our Calvary community. And as we head into term 2, which is going to look a little bit different for us, just take the opportunity to say a few things and make sure that our Calvary community are across as best we can what term 2 may look like for us all. I trust you've had a good Easter break, certainly a little bit different to what most of us had perhaps planned. I know the cat's certainly out of the bag in our household in terms of how domesticated Dad really is. Not sure how we're going to recover from that. A lot more cooking and cleaning being done around our house by myself than what's normal. And I know that for many of us over the Easter break, it did look and feel a little bit different than normal. And in that way, term 2 is going to look and feel a little bit different for us. And what I want to do today is just take the opportunity to connect with our Calvary community and let you know that despite the fact that it is going to look and feel a little bit different, we're very much excited about what term 2 will be like for our community. In the midst of difference, in the midst of change, there is always opportunities for us, and we are excited about what this will mean, not only for our journey as a school, but what it will actually mean for individual learning journeys for each of our students. So most of you will have received the coronavirus updates that I've been putting out. I think the last that I posted yesterday was update number 6. With that, there was a link to a survey which we've asked every single family to fill out and return to us, submit back to us. And in that, you are letting us know whether you are intending to be learning from home or looking at sending your children to school. There's a lot of information in that update, and I would ask that you read it carefully. And parents, you need to make a decision and a choice here about what you're going to do with your children. And we want to support you in that. We want to help you with that. So there's a lot of information in that update. But importantly, if you could take the time to fill out that registration survey, and it's all online, and submit that back to us, that will really help our team with regards to our final preparations for term 2, which begins Monday next week. Many of us have spent significant time in our home over the last number of weeks, and here I am at my kitchen table at my house, and I thought it might be important for us to consider, as many of us look at learning from home, what that will look and feel like for us. And as I've said in the updates, it's really important for parents to know and understand that it is not our expectation that you suddenly turn into teachers. You are parents, that is your primary role, and we want to support and encourage you in that. And the rationale, or what it will look like learning from home, I want to encourage our parents not to have too great an expectation on themselves. It is our job as Calvary Christian College to make sure that the learning journey for your children is as best suited and as appropriate as it can be. And as a team, we've worked really hard over the last couple of weeks to prepare for this. But it's really important that parents know and understand, hey, this journey is very different for you, it's very different for your child, and it's actually different for us as educators. And if we come at it with that understanding that it is different, so therefore there's going to be questions, queries, there's going to be things that we're not perhaps totally across, I think we can do this really, really well. So I guess my main message to for families that will be choosing to learn from home, at least for the first 5 weeks of this term, don't expect yourself to suddenly turn into a teacher. The work that is provided largely online for your students, for your children, some of your children will do that incredibly easily, and others will find it challenging. And more so, I guess I want to encourage our parents to look at it as an opportunity to see how your child does learn. I want to encourage us to actually enjoy the process as best we can, more so than, okay, I'm going to make sure that I've done everything that's written down this week. I'm going to tick every single box. As a dad, as a teacher, I help my own boys with homework when I get home, and sometimes that's actually a battle for us as a family. That's just homework after normal school. So I want to encourage parents to not set their expectation too high, but to try and come at this as a process that we can enjoy and do together. It's really important that you know and understand that our teachers are all at school, and staying connected and being able to communicate with them is going to be really important for you and really important for your children. So we're going to be working really hard in that space. But if you're hitting roadblocks, if you're hitting difficult things, please connect with us. Give us a phone call. Pop into school if need be, and we'll want to work those things through with you as best we can. Our ability to connect and communicate over this next 5 weeks period is going to be really important. As we know, after the first 4 to 5 weeks of this term, the situation regarding learning at home is going to be reviewed by our State Premier and Education Minister, and we will keep, obviously, college people updated with that. Also too, you will have received emails and updates from either Mrs. Alison Reeves, our Director of Primary College, or Miss Naomi Cheatham, our Director of Secondary College. And in those emails is a lot of detail pertinent to a high school or a primary school student. And I would encourage you to read those emails carefully with your children. And in doing that, I feel that you will be really well prepared for what Term 2 will be like. As I close, I wanted to leave you with a small encouragement that I actually received from a colleague of mine in the UK. I visited his school about 4 years ago, and he had put a YouTube clip together for his school, and I was watching it just a week or two ago, and he had a small devotion, and I'd like to leave you with this devotion as we wrap up and begin what Term 2 will look like for our family. It comes out of Romans chapter 5, and in verse 3 it says this: "But that's not all. Even in times of trouble, we have a joyful confidence, knowing that our pressures will develop in us patience, endurance. And patient endurance will refine our character, and proven character leads us back to hope. And this hope is not a disappointing fantasy, because we now can experience the endless love of God cascading into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who lives in us. During this different, possibly pressured and trying time for us, it is an opportunity to develop character, not only in ourselves, but certainly in our children and our students. And I want to encourage you that, hey, the Bible gives us hope that during these times, that God gives us his Holy Spirit to walk with us and do this journey with us. And that is my prayer for every single family, for every single student in our college, that as we journey this different season, that we would know hope that in what this journey looks like, and we would know that hope because we know that God does love us and believe in us. Bless you, Calvary. Look forward to continuing this adventure with you.